Asmongold has opened up a new quest line, and I will accept this quest. Calling out all these disgusting freaks online. Getting them fired. Our space is the gaming industry. And people on the internet, I guess, for the most part. Let's see what Asmongold has to say. The video after this one, I'm gonna be going through all of the meltdowns of people who got fired. And it's absolutely glorious. Absolute cinema. Diabolical.
Hi guys, it's me again, and today we're going to look at some of the interesting users on, you would never believe it, Blue Sky. That's right.
No!
And I don't know how this keeps happening, but yesterday, after Charlie Kirk was brutally murdered, he was shot in the throat, bled out on stage in front of everybody, including his own family and his children.
Yeah, and people were cheering for it.
The number of people in the games industry who decided to go on to social media.
Yep, and this is exactly why I don't buy games anymore. It's because of these disgusting freaks, and they're really showing us who they are now. They could have just said nothing. It's so easy to just say nothing. They just can't help themselves.
Particularly Blue Sky. A lot of these people, you have to understand that many of these people have already been run off of Twitter because there's a level of discourse and negativity that they can't really deal with. So the only place that they
have to go to the hug box.
Really exist is on effectively a reservation like Blue Sky, where their opinions are protected and they're allowed to be vitriolic and nobody's allowed to tell them that they're wrong. Well, that's why we're making this video. We're going to be looking at some of the different people that, after the death of Charlie Kirk, decided to, and I'm not really going to be going through, everybody goes.
I'm gonna check out this video on X after this is done to see who all actually got fired. So stay tuned for that at the end of the video.
Is going to draw the line at a different place. Here's where I draw the line. I personally have a big problem with people that are celebrating him being killed.
Yep.
I don't have a big deal if somebody says I don't like him or I never liked him or something like that. But for the people that are celebrating for him being...
Yeah, Vermin Supreme said that he was a jerk and he was making jokes about Republican on Republican violence, which is disgusting, but I don't care. There's a lot of people that are using that kind of rhetoric. Fine, whatever. I'm not gonna like you, but at least you're not calling for violence and celebrating violence.
Killed, advocating for future violence, and saying that it's a good thing. I think that's what crosses the line for me, and I think that's what crosses the line for any reasonable, normal person. And so anyway, we're gonna go through a number of...
It's okay if you condone this, or if you don't condone this, and then you make jokes about it also. Like, that's okay. But if you condone it, you're a disgusting freak. And I think you deserve to be locked in a box.
People, and the first thing I wanted to start out with today is that maybe you guys remember this from the beginning of the year. It was a content, it was a...
By the way, you want to be violent? Guess who's got a monopoly on violence? The government. And they're gonna use it.
Big content year, I would say that. And people might have forgotten, but there is a person who decided to advocate for killing your local MAGA. This was a Blizzard employee. And I want to say that after the video that I made on him and a lot of other people made on him, this person lost their job and effectively has ruined their life. And I want nothing more than for the exact same thing to happen to the people in this video too. So I hope
what I really want is for these people to come to Christ, but I don't think it's going to happen. But I really want it. I'll be praying for it.
After you guys see these individuals and you see what they're advocating for, you'll be able to go out and tell their employer, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not comfortable funding a video game that is employing people that are advocating for the brutal murder of a person in front of their family. And it's absolutely insane, but it's also not surprising. And so anyway, we're going to go through some of these. Obviously, you know, I put out a post about this before. This was yesterday. If you guys want to make a list, and this is something, I'll go ahead and just contextualize it all. So there's several game developers that are liking posts that are people mocking Charlie Kirk's assassination. We'll look at pretty much who these people are. We'll start off with this. These are people, Dennis. Let's look at this, and this is also on Blue Sky. I'm 6'5" and fans, Blue Sky Social. Sound effects.
Yeah, because this wouldn't be allowed on Twitter at all. Immediately, people would be jumping on all over this person. Blue Sky, no. You get tons and tons and tons of comments cheering for it. Same on Threads.
Associate at Bungie. So Bungie, you know, the game that's trying to make Marathon, I guess they were too busy. Oh, he's doing sound effects, not visual effects, so maybe he actually has to do his job rather than just copy pasting something off of Twitter.
Ooh,
but anyway, you've
shots
got
fired.
somebody like this who's
Oh shit, too soon.
advocating for, and again, people might think that it's not a big deal. Oh, well, these people aren't making these statements themselves. These people aren't really saying anything that is that extreme. Here's the reason why it's a big problem. The reason why is because it creates an ecosystem and an environment where the actual extremism and the actual radical behavior.
Yeah, this is a label right now of who all of these freaks are. If they got this in their bios, get them the fuck out. I don't even care.
Is feeling comfortable. It feels comfortable in an environment where you have this blasé, passive acceptance of it, and you have people that are just basically complicit with it, but they're not openly saying it. They're just privately doing it, or they're just privately voicing their support as well. And, well, I guess a
lot of people are outright about it. They do not give a fuck because there's so many people around them who have the same views, and the people that are on the platforms that they're on, they have the same views, so they're not going to ban them. They're not going to remove them from the platform because it's the same views. That's the problem on Twitch. That's the problem on Blue Sky. That's the problem on Reddit. It's a problem everywhere.
In this case, it's not private anymore, is it? And so anyway, we have a associate producer at Bungie who is liking and promoting tweets that are celebrating the death of a person being shot in the neck in front of their family and bleeding out profusely on the stage in front of millions of people. And so good job, Bungie. Really, really,
nice.
really good winners you've got here.
Yep.
I can't wait to play.
I'll never play I'll never play Marathon. I'll never play another Bungie game until they completely clean house and get rid of all of these fucking freaks.
Marathon. I thought that my expectations for the game couldn't be lower, but
right.
Somehow Dennis has managed to fulfill, or exceed those.
It really shows you what kind of people are working there. Like I've been saying this whole time, I've been getting so much hate. Like, oh, just because these people are working there doesn't mean the games are bad. Well, it's funny that these people work there, and also the games keep ending up bad. And every bad game that fits the pattern always has these freaks working there. And we're about to really get into it, because he shines a light on some more companies that you wouldn't even dream of having people at these companies saying these things.
Expectations, you could say. I've got another
Well,
one.
if you're a normal person. If you're somebody like me, you already knew because you look into it.
And also, Kelly, senior producer at Sucker Punch.
Oh, no.
Amateur cosplay armor, D&D enjoyer, source of corgi pics, they and she. Okay.
Well, yep, there we go, right there. And D&D enjoyer. That's a crazy one. I noticed that D&D has changed a lot recently to pander to the people with this kind of stuff in their bios.
So we have also, and you're going to see this word, this term, sucker punch, a number of times. We're not talking about the action, but we are talking about the company. This is the company that makes the game, or that is making the game, Ghosts of Yotai. Ghosts of Yotai, and
I already knew. As soon as people started talking about this game, I knew it was going to be a problem. You can go back and look at it. I talked about it.
And this is also important to keep in mind, is that the voice actress for the game, for the character itself, has gone multiple times on record making the most deranged.
Yep. And all of these devs are liking these posts. Now, they're not saying anything, they're just liking them.
Stupid comments like defunding the police. She's just your typical, like, libtard, insaniac, moron, retard, right? It's not really that complicated. But what it really indicates is that there's a culture in this company, and there's a culture in this environment where this type of radical, violent behavior and language is normalized. You have multiple people at the company that are all saying these things, and we're going to get to the other ones too.
Oh boy,
this is another person here also that works at the company, and so you can see.
Hang on, hang on. We're going to go back a little bit.
This is another person here.
This right here. I remember when this was a big thing, and this is what it's all led to, is this kind of shit. And we knew it would. We knew it would all the way back in 2016 when we were talking about this a lot. And then it just got worse from there because nothing was done about it. Nothing ever gets done, and it always gets worse every time, and we always say it. And guess what? Nothing's being done right now except for what we're doing, but nothing by the people who should be doing things is getting done. So everything's going to get worse. And it's already really fucking bad.
Also, that works at the company. And so you can see right here, obviously, this is them retweeting or posting something that they did with the game. And then right after that,
how are we doing at Gearbox? Did anybody at Gearbox say anything?
I hope the shooter's name is Mario so that Luigi knows his bro got his back. And I've been noticed that Twitter has noticed me from the... I've been told that Twitter has noticed me from across the room. Well, we certainly have. We absolutely have. And I think that these kinds of comments are absolutely disgusting. This is a person that works at a massive game company, and they're openly advocating for on public platforms and promoting and celebrating the murder of a random person.
Yeah, by the way, if they don't like us calling them out for this and getting them fired and shit, I'd like to take you back a little bit when they were doing the exact same thing to us just for the words that we were saying. And now they've gone so far to kill a guy for the words that he was saying. It's almost as if we knew this was gonna fucking happen.
This is disgusting. It's really disgusting. And in my opinion...
Yeah, I'm not even mad about the assassin. I'm not even mad about that Tyler kid. Like, I'm sad for him. I feel for him. I really hope that he finds Christ before he goes. Before he is taken off of this plane of existence. Because it's probably gonna happen very, very soon. And I hope that he can find Christ between now and him going to meet the Lord.
I don't think that it should be tolerated, and that's the reason why I'm making this video. I think that everybody...
Like, I am mad at all of the people that are cheering this on.
Should try to message anybody that works at this company, anybody who, you know, like any sort of PR, any management, you know, anything like that, let them know that...
Yeah, and if you work at these companies, let HR know. And if they won't do anything about it, tell the internet.
That you don't want to support a company.
We're looking, we're watching out for it.
Celebrate the murder of innocent people just for exchanging ideas. This is a disgusting, disgusting thing to do. And you can see also, and I think this is a systemic problem.
Dude, amateur cosplay armorer, D&D enjoyer. It's just like all of the things, man.
At the company itself. Whenever you have three people, the voice actress and then these two other people that are also doing this, I think that it's very obvious that this company has been infected with the same kind of moral rot that many other video game companies have unfortunately been affected by. And so you have also Zibs, they, them, always a very good indicator of mental...
Yeah, this is going to really show us who is who.
Awareness and normality. A producer...
Magic the Gathering!
At Magic the Gathering. So this person works at, I'm assuming, Wizards of the Coast.
Yeah, I used to love Magic the Gathering. I used to love it. Until all the freaks got in, started changing shit. And then I was out. I backed out.
And they're working at Magic the Gathering Arena. Previously also at...
Wow, holy shit.
Wow, what are the Wow, what are the odds of that? What a coincidence. And so what you've got here... This is, again, another person who is celebrating this type of violent behavior. And I think that, again, people need to make their voices known and make them heard that this is just...
I've been trying, man. YouTube really hasn't been liking it recently.
Not acceptable. This is not normal. This is not what average people want. We don't want to have people that are openly making statements and calls to violence like this, or celebrating calls to violence or actual violence like this, making our products. It's disgusting.
Yeah, I never felt this way about any, like, leftist figure. Even though I'm on the left, I don't feel... I hate how I have to say that. Because I'm not right-wing. I don't like any of the right-wing politicians. Any of them. I like more left-wing politicians than I like the right-wing ones. I think my favorite politician is probably Fetterman.
And I know that some people would maybe consider and say, well, this is something that could be a little bit like cancel culture. And I want to say that it absolutely is. 100% is. The fact is that these are the same types of people who would lie about you and make up things about you and try to destroy your career and destroy your reputation for disagreeing with them on something political. But now, whenever it's happening to them, they're the victims. Well, if you want to be the victim, it's time to earn it. I think also, here's another thing, is that if you work at one of these companies and you have one of these individuals that works at your company, you do have a recourse to this, and that's calling and talking to HR. Because the fact is that HR does not operate in your best interest, and it doesn't operate in their best interest either. It operates in the best interest of the company. And when you have people that are making public statements and calls to violence and celebrating violence like that, they're creating a hostile and an unsafe work environment. And anybody who works in HR, or anybody who works inside of any sort of corporate environment, will tell you that that's something that just can't exist in a corporate environment.
Dude, so
There's
true.
a reason why we have levels of decorum, and there are some levels of HR that make sense. And so if you work at one of these companies and you have a person like this doing it, make sure to talk to HR and let them know how uncomfortable you feel that there's a person who's working at your company who might want to advocate to have you killed because you disagree with them. Tell them.
This is their whole label. This is what they want to be called every single time you talk to them and meet them. Hello, failed daughter programming, Himi Joshi, magical cat girl, 31, she, her, monogamous, demisexual lesbian. How are you?
That it makes you afraid to come into work, tell them that, you know, you don't know, maybe you're going to file a lawsuit, you feel unsafe at your workplace. And honestly, here's the important thing, you should feel unsafe, because these people would justify violence against anybody who...
Yeah, I feel unsafe around these people because I don't keep my rhetoric down. I don't keep my... Because I don't speak violence, ever. But I do speak my mind, and I don't let myself be silenced by freaks. And that is very dangerous, because these people, if they can't win, they will resort to violence.
Disagrees with them, and just because you think you know them doesn't mean they wouldn't do the exact same thing to you. And this is them, this is the game that they're making right here, and you can see that they've made no statement about this.
Of course not.
Now, let me ask you a very simple question.
They would have to admit wrongdoing then.
If these people made a degrading comment towards the trans community, for example, or towards the black community, for example, do you think Sucker Punch would have immediately fired them and made a statement? I think so, absolutely.
Yep.
But for some reason, these people are protected. And the reason why they're...
And at this point, if you purchase any of their products, you're complacent.
protected is because there's a lot
I
of
don't
other ones at
respect
the
you.
company that feel the exact same way that they do.
If you really just can't help yourself, you can't have that much self-control, then I have zero respect.
That's the only logical reason that I have. And I think that at a certain point, Sony or somebody needs to step in. Whoever owns this company needs to step in and root out this disease before it kills the entire company. Because I do think that it will have a tremendously negative effect on the game. And you can see this right here. This is a post that Sony made. I guess it was...
It's going to sell a lot of copies. It's going to sell so many copies.
A couple of days ago about Ghosts of Yotai.
People don't
you
care.
Can see 1,000...
They act like they care, but whenever it comes to something that they want, they don't care.
Comments on this. Your senior dev at Sucker Punch is a violent leftist, etc. And these are more comments here. Never let up the pressure. Never, ever, ever do that. Keep this pressure up until these people lose their jobs. And then after
a lot of these people are like me, though, who already weren't going to play this game, that are like, oh, I guess I'm not going to play this. Oh, I'm skipping it. They already were out. And they're just saying it to try and maybe get more people on board. I think it's going to sell a lot. I think it's going to sell more copies than the first one even.
Lose their jobs, then take a break, relax, pat yourself on the back, wait for them to get another one, and then do it again. And that's the only way that you should treat these animals. And that's exactly what they are. You shouldn't view them as people. You shouldn't view...
I'm seeing a lot of people that are like, just canceled my pre-order. What are you doing pre-ordering games in the first place, you fucking idiot? Have you not been paying attention? Are you just now paying attention? I guess it's a Better time than no time.
View them as a person with a political...
Even Smash JT, was it Smash JT? No, it was Yellow Flash. Was like, I canceled my pre-order. And I'm like, what are you doing? Have you not been telling people to not pre-order stuff? We've all been doing this. Don't pre-order games.
Disagreement from you. These are violent animals that are trying to destroy the last good thing that we have, which is the open ideas of political discourse. And they're celebrating murdering people for doing it. And as soon as that starts happening, I don't want to know what's next. And the worst thing is that I already do. And I think you do too. And so anyway, we've got more of these. Here's Regnation.
Yeah, there's going to be actual fighting in the streets. Very soon, I think. Next couple, I think it'll be before Trump is out of office. Or maybe whenever the next regime comes through.
There's not enough for me. I hope he tanks the studio. And cowards keep quiet. The studio deserves to go under. I understand why a lot of people at these companies don't speak up, which is why I suggest that if you work at one of these companies, please make sure to go to HR. Go to HR and file these complaints legitimately with them. There are certain legal things that they have to do, and in some cases, these people will pretty much lose their job for sure if enough people are discussing it. And you have also some people make comments like this. It's wild how the woke right, like Asmongold...
The woke right. Like, some of us are even on... Asmongold technically isn't even right-wing. He's like center slightly to the left like I am.
Grums and others showing themselves to be what they hate. Authoritarian freaks that want to censor and silence anybody they despise. Yeah, I do. I do. I think that anybody who's advocating for killing people over speech like this should be censored. Absolutely. And
not only that, I think they should be locked in a box.
This is just normal. Absolutely. I don't... There's this trick that a lot of people like this like to play, which is they try to use your own language and use your own morality against you. These people don't care about freedom of speech. They don't care.
Yeah, a lot of people on the left, especially the Democrats in office, are saying, well, we need to tone down the rhetoric. The rhetoric on the right now is disgusting. And I'm just like, you people are absolute disgusting freaks. Because you've been saying all kinds of the most vile shit, calling people Nazis, hashtag punch a Nazi, while also calling people Nazis. And guess what? That wasn't working for you. So you know what the next viable step is? If punching Nazis doesn't work? Yeah, how about that?
Care about censorship. They don't care about any of that. They're simply trying to weaponize your values and use them against you in order for them to fulfill their own goals. And so every time that they try to make an appeal to your own values, you should ask yourself, do they hold these values?
They don't.
And if the answer is
it's
no,
all bullshit. Politicians will say anything at any given time that's going to help them out. If it doesn't help them, they're not going to say it.
No, then you shouldn't take it seriously. Because this
They're
person
scared.
is simply trying to use your values to...
Yeah, that's the whole reason they're even turning these values around on us, is because they're scared. That's all they have is lies and manipulations and death. All of the evil things.
Subvert you and take advantage of you and to push their own agenda and to hurt you. And so never listen to this, never play into this game, never even acknowledge that...
I'm done with it.
That there's any validity to it at all. These people don't care about freedom of speech. The only time they bring it up is whenever they're trying to co-opt the person who does care about freedom of speech and make that person act against their own best interest. But anyway, we've got also, this is me. I was going to put out the call for finding game devs.
Yeah, from now on, if you got something to say, you can say it to me and we can have a conversation. But if you crash out, you're getting banned from the channel or any other platform that I'm on. You're just getting banned. I do not give a shit. I don't want none of that shit anymore.
Mocking, and there's another
And I'm not talking about hate. I'm talking about people who are like actually crashing out.
Here, this is the voice actor for Diluc and Genshin Impact. I hope they receive the same care that the average American citizen would get in the same situation. Really? So they're just going to fall down and die. Somebody gets shot in the neck like that with their blood like spurting out. There's no health care. You're not coming back from that, at least not anytime soon with the medical care that we have now. And so anyway, Lisa came out, Lisa goes out doing what he loved, being a bigot. Yeah, of course you have more comments like this, more people like this. And if True Police go, if it's permanent, every post you make goes out to the public firehouse, captured by someone somewhere. The delete button doesn't do what you think it does. And so anyway, we have a lot of people, obviously, that are starting to say stuff, live by something.
I don't think a lot of people realize that there are people out there that know how to screenshot entire websites. And they get all of this, and they keep it, and they compile it, and they look through it.
So she's obviously trying to make a statement of live by the sword, die by the sword. This is what, and I think that this is a very revealing statement, and I think this is going to be the last comment that I'm going to look at here, is that this statement's actually extremely revealing, because what it's saying is that from her perspective, living by the sword is the same as being killed. Speaking out and being able to, like express your opinion on certain things should be met with the equivalence of deadly force. And that's really what these people want. They want to bully, push, fight, and if it comes down to it, kill you if you disagree with them. And that's why whenever somebody does do something insane like this, all of these people tried to do mental gymnastics about why it was somehow justified, normalized, okay, acceptable, or something one way or another. The fact is that, no, live by the debate, die by a gunshot wound in the throat. No, I don't really think that makes a lot of sense, does it? But it doesn't sound as good as these, vapid, like Yas Queen comments that people like her make on Blue Sky that have absolutely no pushback.
And he's going off right now.
Because they're on their own protected reservation, away from anybody whose opinions could be different than their own. And that's the reason. And also, those are the only people that are still left on the platform. And soon, if with enough effort and enough work, we can have enough of these people removed from our media, and removed from our public discourse.
Get them out, dude. I'm so sick of it. I'm so ready to just get back to normal. I want to get back to fighting. Let's just fight regular censorship. I'm cool with fighting payment processors trying to censor our games rather than people getting shot.
From any sort of positions of power where they can exercise their completely maladjusted, totally deranged viewpoints and worldview. And so anyway, I want to let you know that this is definitely not the only amount of them that there are. I'm sure there's plenty more.
Oh yeah.
And so
we're going to go through some.
If you want to express and show any of these other people, and you want to post one of their comments or anything like that, I would recommend anybody to go on over to Roach Ranch. This is a comment right here. Sorry, not comment, community right here that I made on
Roach
Twitter.
Ranch. Okay.
I do not really moderate this at all, and if you guys want to post,
I'm gonna be posting
public
there.
Comments that are being made by these different developers or these different people that are working in media, celebrating this, and collectively we can contact their employers, contact the people that are around them, and have them get fired from their job.
Yes,
and
let's
do
go.
not, for even a second, think that this is not fair. It is absolutely fair.
They did this to us for years over just normal things that we said. Well, if you say the F slur, your entire life ruined. But if you call for the death of somebody and celebrate it, nothing happens? I don't think so.
Fair. These people have been doing it to people like me for the better part of 5 years.
More than that.
And it's time the shoe goes on the other foot.
Been over a decade.
They're disgusting. They're celebrating violence. And there shouldn't be any space for this in any sort of a polite society. But yeah, anyway, crazy things going on over at Sucker Punch Productions. Really, really crazy stuff. I wonder if anything's done yet. With that many weirdos and freaks working at the company, I wonder what this game's going to be like. I kind of don't want to know, but
I do.
Actually, I kind of do. I think it'll be great content.
Oh,
but
yeah.
For all the wrong reasons.
I ain't playing
guys,
but I'm definitely going to watch some people talk about it.
That's about all I've got for today. I did promise I would go through all of this, and we've gone through all of this.
Amazing.
So thank you all very much. I really appreciate you watching, and feel free to join the Twitter community.
I'm definitely
going to
do that right now.
Else, but Twitter community is the best and most uncensored place. Reddit is very censored for a number of reasons. that we have to, right? We just have to follow the Reddit rules. Twitter doesn't have those same rules. So if you guys want to talk about this issue more and bring up more people, feel free to go over to the Twitter community and we can mobilize from there. And hopefully we can
Definitely
put,
doing that.
you know, everybody together and actually achieve something for a good cause. And don't ever think that this kind of stuff doesn't matter. This kind of stuff has led to a lot of people getting fired, which is the exact reason why I'm doing it. Hopefully it'll happen again. So anyway, guys, thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you all as soon as I can. Peace.
You see what you created, left-wing freaks? You see what you created? I think Asmongold is going to be a new Charlie Kirk. He's just gonna not do public events. He's just gonna stay in his house and talk. But yeah, I think we're gonna get a lot of people that are gonna be really gonna be the right-wing voices, even though Asmongold's not really right-wing. He was forced to be right-wing. Same with me, I guess. I'm not trying to be a big talking head, though, like Asmongold and a lot of other people are trying to be. I'm just trying to, you know, I kind of don't know what I'm doing. I think YouTube is fun, and that's what I want to do. I don't know. I like content creation. It seems the Ghost of Yote dev who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death has been fired. The dev from Sucker Punch. Good. Oh boy, here it is. I'm joining. I'm joining. Agree and join. Hell yeah. First community that I joined on X. Oh wow, a Bethesda producer. You wouldn't say. You wouldn't say. What does it say? What is all this? Fat, odd, ADHD, anti-Zionist Jew, and I'm hungry. Oh, did we already see this person? Piddle bucket. You are under no obligation to mourn the death of people who would have celebrated yours. What? They'll ask you to mourn the deaths they mourn, and no others. They'll ask you to cherish the lives they cherish, and no others. What? Like, why? Why people are always like, whoa there, bud, we only support violence on the systematic level. Like, these people. These fucking people. Oh, we got more Blizzard employees? Dr. Hazel, who is this? What's going on here? Charlie Kirk, world help create. Wow. You can read this here. Just pause it and read it. Holy shit, man. I'm glad I joined this, because this is some crazy stuff. What is this, an indie dev caravan sandwich? Yep, well, good luck. Good luck out there. Alright, that was the top post. Let's check out the latest. What is this? Do not support any of the following people or companies for supporting rhetoric like this regarding what happened to Charlie Kirk. Yeah, okay. Well, I guess they're piling on Chris Ray Gun. I like Chris Ray Gun. I'm trying to look through and find to see if there were any more game developers who got in trouble. I'm not really seeing any. I want to see more firings. They want to fire Chris Pratt because he posted that he was praying for Charlie Kirk, yet they don't want us to expose people openly cheer. Yeah, I saw this. I saw this over on a different platform. Yeah, this is basically me liking every tweet about people getting fired for mocking Charlie Kirk. Yep. But yeah, I don't even know. Maybe there'll be some updates later to see if any more people got fired. There's definitely a lot more people outside of the gaming industry that got fired, but I'm going to be checking that out in the next video. But dude, I love what's going on the internet right now. I hate all the violent rhetoric and stuff like that and all the cheering. But the way everybody's fired up right now and are actually finally doing the things that we should have been doing this whole time. Like, it always takes something really, really, really bad to happen for everybody to actually do something about it. I'm glad that's happening out of all this mess. You like the left-wing footage that I got up here of them burning down cities multiple times, and Democrats basically cheering it on, letting it happen. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell for all notifications. See you in the next one.